Hello reception, it's Miss Nemeth here. Today I would like to read to you one of my favorite stories called Dear Greenpeace. This is a story about a little girl called Emily who one day finds a whale in her pond. Imagine a whale. She would like to make sure that the whale is okay, so she writes letters to Greenpeace. Greenpeace is a group of people who look after nature and they know a lot about animals and plants. Let's see what happens to the whale and Emily. Dear Greenpeace by Simon James. Dear Greenpeace, I love whales very much and I think I saw one in my pond today. Please send me some information on whales as I think he might be hurt. Love, Emily. Look, what do you think that is in the pond? Dear Emily, here are some details about whales. I don't think you will find it was a whale you saw, because whales don't live in ponds, but in salt water. Yours sincerely, Greenpeace. Dear Greenpeace, I am now putting salt into the pond every day before school, and last night I saw my whale smile. I think he's feeling better. Do you think he might be lost? Love, Emily. Can you see? She's putting salt into the pond. Dear Emily, please don't put any more salt in the pond. I'm sure your parents won't be pleased. I'm afraid there can't be a whale in your pond because whales don't get lost. They always know where they are in the oceans. Yours sincerely, Greenpeace. Dear Greenpeace, tonight I'm very happy because I saw my whale jump up and spurt lots of water. He looked blue. Does this mean he might be a blue whale? Love, Emily. P.S. What can I feed him with? Look, he's spurting all that water up. Dear Emily, blue whales are blue and they eat tiny shrimp-like creatures that live in the sea. However, I must tell you that a blue whale is much too big to live in your pond. Yours sincerely, Greenpeace. P.S. Perhaps it is a blue goldfish? What do you think? Do you think it's a blue goldfish? Look, Emily is reading a book about goldfish. Dear Greenpeace, last night I read your letter to my whale. Afterwards, he let me stroke his head. It was very exciting. I secretly took him some crunched up cornflakes and breadcrumbs. This morning I looked in the pond and they were all gone. I think I shall call him Arthur. What do you think? Love, Emily. Dear Emily, I must point out quite forcefully now that in no way could a whale live in your pond. You may not know that whales are migratory, which means they travel great distances each day. I am sorry to disappoint you. Yours sincerely, Greenpeace. Dear Greenpeace, tonight I'm a little sad. Arthur has gone. I think your letter made sense to him and he has decided to be migratory again. Love, Emily. Look, the pond is empty. Dear Emily, please don't be too sad. It really was impossible for a whale to live in your pond. Perhaps when you are older you would like to sail the ocean, studying and protecting as whales with us. Yours sincerely, Greenpeace. What do you think Emily will do next? Dear Greenpeace, it's been the happiest day. I went to the seaside and you will never guess, but I saw Arthur. I called to him and he smiled. I knew it was Arthur because he let me stroke his head. I gave him some of my sandwich. And then we said goodbye. I shouted that I loved him very much, and I hope you don't mind, I said you loved him too. Love, Emily and Arthur. The end. What do you think? Was there really a whale in Emily's pond?